What is up, family? I hope you are having an amazing, incredible, phenomenal, spectacular day today. Today, let's talk about artificial intelligence. Artificial, artificial, artificial intelligence. Not real intelligence, not organic intelligence, not natural intelligence. Artificial intelligence. This reality gives itself away. But, anyways, I was just thinking today about how much smartphones changed our society. And really, it wasn't that long ago in the whole scheme of things when smartphones became normalized, when it became the norm for everybody to have them. It was probably somewhere around 2008-ish, maybe somewhere around 2010, something like that. It was in that time period. And I was thinking how much it really changed our society. When the smartphones got introduced, our whole culture changed. And smartphones, like so many other things in life, are inherently neutral. They can be used for good or bad. On the good end, never has there been a time in human history where we have had quite literally unlimited information at our fingertips. Never has there been a time where we've had the ability to network with like-minded people all over this planet. Never has there been a time where we can look up any spiritual text that we want and just read it right in our pocket. You just pull it out, boom. The wise individuals have used it for the good. But what about the bad side of smartphones? Smartphones have led to a lot of social anxiety. It's led to a lot of people becoming dumbed down. A lot of people having less skills now because smartphones do so many things for people. It's led to a lot of vanity on sites like Instagram, narcissism, people taking nonstop photos of themselves for their own gratification. It's really dumbed people down a lot. I mean, think about TikTok. TikTok is a cesspool of just absolute idiocy. Now, we look at the good and the bad here, right? What would you say is the percentage of people that use smartphones for the good, people that have become wiser from smartphones, people that have become spiritually more advanced with the aid of smartphones, versus the other side, people that have become dumbed down and dependent on smartphones and where it's been bad? What percentage would you say? My guess is 90-10. 10% of people, maybe the number's even lower than that, have used smartphones for the good. The large majority, on the other hand, it hasn't been good for. Social anxiety is at an all-time low. Depression, all kinds of mental health issues are at an all-time low. It's created a ton of division. It's really created a lot of problems for a lot of people and for our society as a whole. And I think what it's shown us is that collectively, our society, humanity as a whole, isn't mature enough for this technology. Even though it can be used for good, your average person doesn't use it for good. So in comes artificial intelligence, right? There's this freight train coming towards us. And in the same way that smartphones kind of came out of nowhere and changed everything, I think many of us can sense that the same thing is about to happen with artificial intelligence. It really is like a freight train coming at us. So this leads me to ask the question, if humanity is not mature enough for smartphones, why should we think humanity is mature enough to use technology that is far more advanced than smartphones? Technology that's potentially dangerous even. So I was just reflecting today on, all of this new stuff that's come out over the last year, ChatGPT and Midjourney and all of this stuff. You have some AI that can produce endless images, and then some AI that can produce endless text. And in the same way that people have become dependent on smartphones in a lot of ways, and a lot of people have less skills because of smartphones, this Pandora's box that's being opened up with AI is pretty wild. For example, all of a sudden, in theory, somebody could have AI write them a book. Somebody can have AI write them a blog. People can have AI do their homework for them, come up with business strategies. People can have AI produce art for them. So is that person that produced a quote-unquote book through AI, are they an author? No, they're not. Artificial. That person that produced art, they didn't produce it. The machine produced it. Are they an artist? No. This is going to lead to so many people saying that they're an author, saying that they're an artist, saying that they're a writer, a blogger, a this, a that. But then when you will talk to them, they won't know anything. Because in the same way that smartphones have been used in a lot of ways to dumb people down, you can see where this is going, where this has the potential to go. And that this leads to another thing that I would like to talk about is all of the actual writers, the actual musicians, the actual bloggers and this and that, the actual artists, right? Because, we all have our own psychophysical nature. I'm a writer. I play music. Some people are naturally gifted at art and all sorts of stuff. So, you could see how this has the potential to create this feeling of what's the point, right? So for example, say somebody, they're a naturally gifted artist, but then they see Joe Schmo down the street who's not good at art. He's pumping out tons of images through this AI, so the AI is doing it for him. He pumps it out, and then, on his profile, he's writing that he's an artist. The actual artist might be sitting there and saying, what's the point? Why should I care anymore? Same with writers, same with, so many things, same with musicians even. This AI has the ability to produce full-blown songs all of a sudden. This is going to open up all sorts of things like this. But I would like to say right now that I still always believe that we will be able to see through it. People that are awake will be able to see, that's AI generated. The difference between the AI generated something versus something that is human generated is the human generated has soul. It's going to have soul, where this other stuff, even though it is complex and nuanced and all of that stuff, it's going to lack the soul. But more, the people that rely on this a ton, they're going to lack everything. They're not even going to know how to do things. It's all going to be a facade, just like smartphones have created a facade in many ways. But I also think with AI, I'm not one that is fear-mongering with it either. Because in the same way that for a small percentage of us, smartphones have actually benefited us, we've actually grown tremendously through all of the knowledge we've gained on smartphones because we have all this unlimited information at our fingertips. We've networked with like-minded people. There's been a lot of good in it. I do think there will be a small percentage of people that will benefit from AI somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but this reality has to operate that way because we are spiritual beings in this place. There has to be a way that we can benefit from it. However, I do think in the same way that smartphones has been largely detrimental, I think AI will be largely detrimental collectively in a big sense, right? But I want to really quick talk about the fear thing before I end this video, and I want to remind you of the insanity of 2020 with the Coco virus. Remember in that time period, it was fear, be afraid, be afraid. It was just relentless, right? And after it passed, what actually happened? It just went away, right? I'm not saying the virus just went away. I'm saying the whole thing, the media just stopped with the fear mongering about it. And I've noticed recently that a lot of the mainstream news sources have actually been fear mongering with artificial intelligence, which to me is a giveaway. It's like a truth drop that, just like with the cuckoo virus, how nothing ended up happening, same thing. But the things that will happen is, just like with the cuckoo virus, just like with smartphones, this new direction of artificial intelligence is going to bring our society in a direction, and it's going to bring us in a direction spiritually. And I keep seeing this split in humanity right now where as all of this stuff becomes more artificial, more synthetic, the mainstream culture, it's pushed even more, and all of this like just fake stuff. There's going to be like this rising number of people that seek its opposite, that seek the natural, that seek the real, that seek the truth. Because like I always say on this channel, throughout all of this, there's a divine plan unfolding. There's always a divine plan unfolding. And artificial intelligence, smartphones, whatever it is, it's all playing into this divine plan in some way. There's never anything to be afraid of. But anyways, I hope y'all have a amazing morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. And I'm out. Peace.